sweet. So are you still in Whistler, Mindy?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing? Sounds like you changed your game up.
Yeah, I've been doing some mobile eye clinics. So basically I bring all of my optometry equipment and set up a full eye exam room and bring glasses and fit people with glasses. And I do that in mainly remote communities right now. So I started doing it in Bella Coola
Oh my
and Mount
God.
Curry, Pavilion, Lillooet, and I went to a fly-in First Nations reserve on the coast of BC in Rivers Inlet. So
Oh, that's
it's been
amazing.
really fun. Yeah.
Sweet. Actually, I taught with UBC Health, Indigenous Health. I got to teach an online social media class in end of 2015 or 2016, and we got to go out to all the health units online, which was so cool. And then also, what a lot of people don't know is a lot of those remote communities use Twitter a lot because it's super easy, fun, because you don't need big bandwidth, it's not like videos and stuff. And we discovered like people are trading moose meat by Twitter. Really fun. The remote communities have, they're just using all their skills. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really exciting. I loved it. And hopefully that when this COVID is over, I can keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right now I'm kind of just at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like
are you doing anything
else.
with FYIs at all, or are you just like done there?
No, kind of stopped working there. Just basically because I don't really have enough time to do everything. So
But you do have a lot of passions from being a ski instructor too. Like what else do you do?
Yeah, well, I definitely want to keep doing vision therapy. It's just a matter of finding a location to do it. And then the mobile clinics and keeping up with all my fun sports that I like to do as well.
Right. And are you doing like concussion clinics as well then? Because that was super helpful for me.
Yeah, I'm going to get a location eventually to be able to do that. But yeah, right now I basically do, like, if people need anything, I'm doing virtual sessions and setting them up with a plan. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know that there's going to be a few, like I'm at the gym right now because we're renovating and stuff at the core, but we're not open, but there's a couple smaller gyms down in Function, for example, that might need someone to collaborate with.
Yeah.
They've got the space, right? And they're probably committed to it, I suspect.
Yeah.
And they might be your jam to hang out with too, right? Because you're so active.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of your concussion stuff really works good with physios and things like that. Like they really complement each other.
Yeah. I do always have space at Back in Action if I want to use that.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't really committed to anything yet because it's just
because what you can't
set up and it's a lot.
How did you get into doing the mobile clinics?
I kind of always wanted to do it, but I never had the opportunity to. So I just reached out. I've been actually trying to do it for a while and calling health centers in remote communities. And I started with Mount Curry. So I was like, Mount Curry would be so easy to do because it's so close. And they kind of said, oh, we already have someone, we're not interested. And then I was talking to somebody and they're like, you should try Bella Coola. They're really, really progressive and on the ball. So I called them and they're like, yeah, we'd love to have you. Like, we can give you space and you can set up. And, so I started there and I was supposed to be there for 4 days. And I had like 8 appointments booked. I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a bit risky. And then I got there and everyone told their family, their friends, and it was just like word of mouth. And I was fully booked for like 6 days.
Oh, amazing. So you got a gig there.
So busy. And it was so amazing. Like people were so nice and I got to know so many of them and it was just like such a cool experience. I was like, I have to do more of these.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I know I worked for a laser eye surgeon and he would go to remote communities. So maybe that might be people to like partner up with the surgeons that go out and do their stuff because they go out and they hit them hard. They go in for a week, like you said, and they have to, they would need your services too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cool.
There's some, it's really hard actually referring them to specialists, because specialists are like, yeah, we go there, but we go there like for 4 days a year. So it's like, oh, that's not a lot.
There are some that they have specific times that they go all the time, and they,
Yeah.
you know, every couple months. But I mean, surgeons and specialists are in such high demand, and they make, you know,
Yeah. They don't
they
need
get to
to
call their
anywhere
own
if they don't
shots.
need to. Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of them want to. That's a sense of responsibility to them for it. Plus, it pays them very handsomely to go out of their way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
how's your mom, and you have a sister too, right?
Yeah, my sister's in Vancouver. She's a nurse, so she's kind of dealing with COVID, I guess, more than any of us. But
Mm-hmm. How's she coping? She hasn't
she's
caught it.
she's good. She doesn't have it. There's been a few staff members on her floor that have had it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of been a bit scary for her, because her floor is not supposed to be COVID at all. Like
What's her
everybody's
specialty? What's her
she's
specialty?
post-op ortho.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
it's pretty
So
specific. And your mom?
they're just hanging out in Thunder Bay, planning their
Oh,
move out here,
nice.
I hope.
That's awesome. Well, there'll be room, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's weird, eh? How are things there?
Well, it's really funny. I met my neighbor for the first time.
Oh,
We both
nice.
were out on our decks looking at the lake, and he was having a drink on his deck, and it was like I've lived there for almost 2 years.
Oh my
But now
gosh.
that the golf course is open, everybody's coming up to their, you know, their special places and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
kind of funny. But yeah, it's weird being at the gym with nobody, because, you know, I'm used to seeing 100 people a day. So it's kind of a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah.
But it's been fun to do the co-working online. So I've started co-working on Mondays with people at 10 o'clock. And that's really provided a lot of deep connection. And because I can't run my mastermind group, we don't have the ladies meeting live. So we did a
Yeah.
full conference online yesterday from 6 a.m. We did Miracle Morning. 8:30, we did this workshop on Raise Your Vibe with really good friend of mine, blanking out on, you know, your best friend's name.
Yeah. That's okay.
Blanking out.
Cool. Well, that's
Anyway,
really
we did
exciting.
that, and then we did a double keynote for lunch, and then hooked up with another meetup group who we had like 20 people online last night, and lots of deep collaboration and super fun stuff. So yeah, it was really good. And I just, you know, but it still takes. It's funny how it takes more energy to do something online than to just go down to the hotel, have lunch, and hang out with people, and just like, yep, you're on the stage now. You get to it. Yeah, and I do a podcast with everyone, and I do a master class, get them to teach a master class if they want to be a speaker. So it's kind of somehow that was easier than doing a whole day online event. And we've done it twice now. So I don't know why it
Yeah.
takes more energy, but yeah. But I'm finding it more fruitful too. So
That's good. Yeah,
I don't,
it's tough, hey? You don't have that same energy from everybody, the whole room.
yeah, but we've with breakout rooms and Zoom and stuff, we're really finding ways to. I've taken a couple facilitation courses, so that it can teach people to connect more deeply, even if they're online, right? And
Good.
it's really happening, because if you're showing up week after week and then staying connected with people during the week, yeah, I'm starting to see people not feel so lonely, and not feel, because there's just a lot of mental health issues out there right now.
Yeah.
And for those people that aren't on the tech, it's kind of like a catch-22. For those of us that are really cool with the technology, I think we're almost on too much, and we're
Mm-hmm.
finding that a drain. And then for the people that aren't up on Zoom or technology, they're feeling lonely. So it's kind of like this. I think we're all starting to find our balance
Yeah.
and what we need. So yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And what can I do to help you? Like, help support you with your business? What do you need?
I don't really know yet, to be honest. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just like, what have I been doing? I guess like during this time of not being able to work, I've just kind of been like doing some more like online stuff, I guess, like blogs, and just getting some info out there. I did like a couple of videos of just almost like patient counseling, like what is this? What is that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
been kind of fun. It's been a good challenge.
What's
Yeah.
your blog that you've got out? Like, what's your website now?
It's I on site.
As in the I, or EYE?
UIE.
EYEonsite.com
Yeah.
or .ca?
.com, and it's site like vision, so SIGHT.
UIEONSIGHT.com.
Yeah.
Nice. And what can
Yeah.
people find? What can people find there? Like what's your jam on there?
Well, I have basically just what this company is. So that's my mobile eye clinic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that people will be able to find that in order to know that this service is out there. So it's kind of like a new way of doing eye clinics that usually are not like a specialty of an eye clinic. It's more like a side thing that eye clinics do. Like, oh yeah, like we are based in this town and we go to, like for us, if I was based in Whistler and I go to Mount Currie and I do that, and that's kind of all I do. Is I don't really like, I'm trying to actually specialize in providing mobile eye clinics. So whether that be, I actually really want to do like industry stuff. So going to like a big company like Home Depot and offering a day of, or like a couple of days of eye clinics that people don't even have to leave their workplace to get done. So, it
That'd
takes
be
20, 30
amazing.
minutes. Yeah. And you can go in, you can get your eyes checked. It's like super easy, and people will actually use their benefits then versus like having to take an afternoon off or, yeah. So that's kind of what I hope to do eventually, is kind of partner with some companies that already provide vision services and be able to make it easier for people to get their eyes checked and find care. And yeah, so just providing that kind of specialty. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be awesome. And I know you were working on an app or something as well before. Did that ever come around, or?
I finished it. I'm not really like happy with how it turned out, so I haven't really been advertising it or anything. So yeah, that's kind
And that
of,
was for the concussions, right?
it was for vision therapy in general. So basically, the thing with vision therapy that's so hard is you need somebody to explain everything to you, like an expert. Otherwise, the exercises are kind of like, you don't end up doing them right, and it doesn't really end up helping you. And then it kind of it doesn't really work. So what I wanted to do with the website is make it really easy for people to do the exercises, make it a little bit more fun. But the problem with developing an app is that I spent quite a bit of money on trying to develop this, and then at the end is like, well, it still doesn't work. Like there's still glitches, there's bugs. I'm not an app developer, so I was just kind of like, I don't think this is gonna work. And it wasn't really my passion anyway. Like my passion is vision therapy. It's not developing a digital solution for vision therapy. So yeah.
Well, I do have a friend that just connected with me, because I guess their usual gig is up, and they develop apps, and he'd probably look at it for you for free to help get any kinks out if it helped, or at least give you his opinion.
Yeah.
if it's helpful. I'll connect you guys up. You're on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll remind me. I'll do that sometime today. I'll find it wasn't that long ago. It was just like a few days ago. He's like, hey, do you know anyone who needs help with their apps? And I was like, no. So there we go. At least I can, even if there's nothing happens, at least I feel like I've made a connection that might help each of you. See what happens. And he's just in Vancouver, which is nice. So
yeah.
He's just a local guy, but really, really brilliant as well, which is cool. Because that might actually really like if you're going out to the community and you're seeing people in person explaining it, but then you've got the app to leave them with to do their exercises. They've had the expert tell them what to do in person, and this is more of a reminder. Maybe is that kind of how it could work?
That's kind of the goal, is to make it a little bit more like easier for people to do. So like if I want to do more remote vision therapy, which I've actually seen so many people with concussions in remote areas, it's crazy. I never I knew that Whistler was a mecca for it, but over there, like my first clinic, for example, I saw somebody and he was like mid-30s, teacher, and I started doing my eye exam and I was like, whoa, like, have you had a serious concussion? He's like, how did you know that? I was like, well, I can see it in your eyes, your eyes are telling me that this has happened to you and that you're struggling with this, this, and this. And he's like, yeah, I have been for 2 years.
Yeah. I wish, I would love it if you would hit ICBC hard, that whenever somebody bumps their head in a car, they see you first versus anybody else. Because I saw you last after all of the therapies I went through, and for someone to
It's
Like
so
someone,
hard.
anyone who bumps their head in any way should go see you first before they go to the chiropractor, to anybody. Like, it's just like, at least cross that one off the list. It's the
Yeah.
simplest, easiest thing to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
before you go and spend 5 weeks at a chiropractor. And yeah, it might feel good, but it doesn't fix things. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. I mean, I do have a few patients that are on ICBC, but it's very few and far between. Like it's a I don't
If
know
you
how to
can
really
show
fix that.
ICBC, if you can show ICBC how much money they would save by sending people to you first,
Yeah.
honestly, like
Yeah.
ICBC would have saved $50,000 just on me, $100,000 just on me, if I'd
Yeah.
gone and seen you first, right? I wouldn't have ended up having to recover from being in the dark for 6 months. Like, I wouldn't have had to do a lot of things if I'd gone and seen you first. So
Well,
I think ICBC would actually learn to save a lot of money. And that, if you, I mean, they just talk money with them. They'll be like, yep,
yeah.
she's our girl.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, but it's the truth, right? If people can save time and money, never mind all the pain and agony and annoyance and embarrassment, because if they don't know they have a concussion,
Yeah,
right? And especially with men, they're more likely to do nothing about it as well. Versus,
that's true.
I can go see an optometrist. Someone's more likely to go see an optometrist than they're probably going to go see a physio sometimes. And if it's like, I don't know, it's a no-brainer to me now, because I had no brain at the time. So, but anyway, well, I'm pretty sure this is going to work out really well for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful. It's definitely a huge transition. Like, I loved working at FYI in Whistler. I loved it. But time for change, and that's just how it goes. It's just
Well,
too bad
you have a lot of
happening
drive
right
and a
now.
lot of ideas. So, I mean, it's nice that you'll be able to do it. A lot of people are feeling very, very stuck right now, whereas you've got mobility,
Yeah.
literally. And
Literally
I mean,
mobile.
yeah, and I mean, the COVID thing's not going to be much longer, I think, before at least specialty stuff and, places where people know that they can be protected and, just use certain safety guards. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's coming.
it's definitely like such a crazy time. I'm so curious to see what our new life is going to look like. Like, I know that
Um,
people going into optometry clinics are going to be wearing masks. Like, we're not going to see each other's faces. It's going to be so interesting.
yeah, it's like going to be the new normal for a while, but
Yeah.
is it really that big a deal to wear a mask? I don't know. Other countries have been doing it for a long time, and they do it out of responsibility to other people,
Yeah. Yeah.
just out of being polite. And maybe we just not used to being so polite. I don't know.
We're going to have to get
And
really good at smiling with our eyes.
that's exactly, it's exactly what I discovered when I was it's funny. I wanted to write a blog on that. And I was going to look up, oh, that's so funny. Thank you for reminding me. I was going to look up, how geishas and fans and things like that, they used to be signals. And I
Yeah.
thought, because I was in the grocery store with my black mask on, I have like by fluke at the Reuse It Center, like a month before this happened, I found one of those Japanese masks still sealed. Like, some tourists probably came and had an extra one and left and donated, and it was still sealed in the brand new package. And I got it for $1. And it's like the black, really, you can go on my Instagram and see it. It's just like the traditional black Asian mask, right, that everybody wears. And I was like wearing this in the grocery store. I was like trying to smile at people. I'm like, oh, I have to really smile with my eyes.
Yeah.
But they say, like, you can smile with your eyes. We understand that. We just have to be more conscious of it. And maybe we have signals.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We'll have to look that up. That'll be fun. Well, if I write it, we can share blog posts or something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. I've recorded this and I'm going to put it up on the Coffee House Network, and maybe we can share it out to some of those smaller communities that haven't heard of you as well yet.
Fun. Yeah, sounds
Awesome.
great.
Okay, well, I'm going to get back to you. I'm actually rebuilding a wall right now at the gym.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Handy.
my dad who has passed on would be very proud. I feel like he's watching over me right now, rebuilding and using his saw and skills that he taught me. So it's kind of fun. It's really good.
Wow, you can
Really
do
good.
everything. That's awesome.
I won't say I did this one well, but I did it. That's the more important part. So,
Good.
All right. Well, hopefully I will see you around soon, either biking on the trail or if you're out Green Lake Way, text me or something. I've been doing boot camp in my driveway. It's
Good
been
for
fun.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Well, I'll
awesome.
see you around the village.
All right. Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.